Sup, Nerdmigos, the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. We're here for another review Jive. So, over the last weekend, or 3 days, because we had a 3-day weekend, we watched The Haunting of Bly Manor. A Haunting of Bly Manor, or The Haunting? The Haunting of Bly Manor. Okay. So, we watched The Haunting of Bly Manor. We watched it on Netflix. This is a Netflix series. Now, before we get into our spoiler-free review, we need to kind of discuss what The Haunting of Bly Manor is, because it's part of a bigger universe. So, Netflix is doing basically a take on the American Horror Story idea. So what Netflix is doing is Netflix has created this, what are they calling it? This anthology series called The Haunting.
Yep.
The Haunting of Hill House, which we have a video for.
I think so.
If we do, I'll have it linked.
That was last year. If not, then maybe
if not, then maybe we'll rewatch it and do it. I don't remember, to be completely real with you. But, so if we do, there'll be a link. Watch that. So, Haunting of Hill House, or The Haunting of Hill House, was the first run in this anthology series, the first series in this anthology. The Haunting of Bly Manor is the second series. They have the same creative directors, a lot of the same cast. There's no narrative connection between the two stories. So they're totally separate. You don't need to watch Hill House before you watch Bly. You don't need to watch Bly before you watch Hill House. They don't connect. Other than the fact that there's a similar cast and such like that. And these are all based on on work by a Henry James. And this one is particularly, I'm getting all this from Wikipedia, so bear with me on this one. This is particularly based on the novella The Turn of the Screw from 1898, which I did not know that it was particularly connected to that, although hearing that in hindsight, that's duh. That's fair. I guess I just didn't think about it when we were watching it.
It totally is.
Yeah. So, anywho, this is the second series. Let's get into spoiler-free review on this one. Oh, if you're new here, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Ring the bell, do all that. All right, now we're gonna get into spoiler-free review. This is really fucking good. This was
so good. This movie is like this series. Sorry,
9 episodes or 10 episodes.
We watched 8 episodes in a row, and then the last episode.
Yeah, like the next day because basically. It was so late at night.
So really, for us, this was kind of like one movie,
like one big binge. Yeah,
this is like if you watch one spoopy thing this October, watch this.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say the same thing. If you want to watch October for horror for October, I think that Bly Manor is gonna be, especially if it's something new, Bly Manor's gonna be your go-to.
Yeah,
it's super worth it. To be honest with you, I think if you're a non-horror fan, you may also enjoy this because it's not really like rah demons. It's more like, okay, well, that's fucking unsettling gangster.
It's not.
You know?
It is. There are scary parts. There are some horror elements. It's a lot of tension, and it's a lot of build-up, and it's a lot of story behind what it is that you're seeing that's happening.
Yeah.
So even though there are things that are scary, the way that the story tells it doesn't necessarily make it horror. So are you maybe going to want to pull the blanket up over your eyes if you're scared of stuff? A couple of times. But otherwise,
we're calling it a supernatural horror drama.
Yeah. This is,
which is probably the right way to say it. It's more supernatural drama than horror, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And because everybody's making the fucking connective tissue, is Bly Manor better than Haunting on Hill House?
I felt it was.
I think it is.
But
is
they are
the Haunting anthology series better than American Horror Story?
Also,
as of yet,
yes.
Or as of right now, yes. Again, we have to see where it goes. But where American Horror Story takes a bit adds a bit of levity to their horror. Not so far as they're cracking a joke, but it's a little bit less serious.
Yeah.
The Haunting anthology series is heavy.
Yeah.
Like dramatically heavy, and I think they do a really good job of that. So
yeah.
Spoiler-free review. Go watch this.
Go watch this.
Okay.
Even if it's the only spoopy thing you watch all October long,
100%.
You will thank us, and you can do that in the comments below.
Thank us below. So now we're out of spoilers. Now we're going to go into spoilers. We're going to discuss all this stuff. So spoilerful. We're going to get into. I'm going to do the fucking briefest of plot summaries because there's a lot. And we're just going to go from there. This is obviously not supposed to replace you watching the show. Go watch the flippin' show if you haven't seen it yet and you're still here. And if
there's a reason it takes 9 hours for the story.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to explain
I don't have time for that.
it fully in this video.
But also, if there is something about the show or a specific event or character you want to talk about, comment below. Let's have a discussion down there. Let's do that. Horror discussions in the dibbly-doo. So, plot of this show. It's a haunted house. End of plot.
Done.
Yeah.
What is it?
End of the episode.
Finn.
Yeah, Finn in black. No, that's totally not right. Okay, so plot. Let's get into this. The plot of the show is basically this American chick is over in the UK and she decides to apply to be an au pair for some rich asshat. And then she goes into this rich asshat's office and she's like, "Hey, I want to be an au pair," and he's like, They have a little back and forth. She ends up getting the job, obviously. So she goes to his house. She meets his two little nieces and nephews. So it's a little girl and a little boy, his niece and nephew. They are the fucking creepiest kids you will ever meet in your whole damn life.
Yeah.
It's like, what if we took a bunch of scary kid movies, distilled it into one motherfucker, and we took a bunch of different ones, and then did it again.
And that's it.
It's fucking nightmare fuel.
Two creepy kids in one creepy house.
So she becomes their nanny, and she's supposed to be teaching them. We never really see that happen. And she's supposed to be keeping an eye on them, and she doesn't really do a good job of that. And there's a housekeeper who is played by just this fantastic lady. She's arguably one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah.
So there's a housekeeper who's there. She's keeping the house. There's a cook. He's making food for everybody. There's a gardener. She gardens. It's shit's self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
So the story is about a bunch of fucking mystery, right, and like intrigue and shit as they're trying to figure stuff out, and like weird haunting happenings start happening across the thing, and the kids start acting creepier, and like she can't get a hold of the uncle because he's going through some drama, and come to find out, like, there's a ghost haunting this house that kills people, and we learn through, so there's like basically 3 progressions within this story. There's our main overarching plot. Girl gets a job. Girl finds out house is haunted. She kind of falls in love. There's a bit of a love story in here where she falls in love with the gardener, right? Then they go.
Yeah.
That's the end of that, right? Then there is the past that happened, which is like the parents of these kids died under mysterious circumstances, and the uncle's assistant, like second in command of his company, ended up stealing a bunch of money and disappearing, although come to find out he secretly died. And the previously au pair died under mysterious circumstances, and there's a love story there because those two were in love, and that's all fucking drama.
Yeah.
And then there is whatever nonsense the dream sequences are. And the thing is, that like one of the larger twists in this is that if you're dead, you seem to hopscotch around in dreams.
In your memories. But they call it dream hopping.
Yeah, but when you're in a memory, you are interacting with the memory, and the memory is aware that you're interacting with the memory. Specifically, the housekeeper always jumps back to the first time she met the chef, because her and the chef are like in love. And it's this thing where like it's always the exact same
most British way possible.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, it's very like Groundhog Day, where it's like a simple start, right? And then she's like, "I'm not supposed to be here," and he's like, "We know you're not supposed to be here. We're in your mind, but you need to resolve this problem in order to help him." So it's like it's like sort of the memories help explain things, and then of course while we're learning all this, we're also figuring out who is dead and who is alive. And let me tell you what. That is a fucking mystery, this whole series, right? So, we're gonna, basically, all this stuff happens, come to find out, also, this whole thing is framed by an old lady telling this as a fucking story.
At a wedding.
At a wedding, by the fucking
Or, like, the night before a wedding.
Yeah, or something like that, right? And so, we end up finding out that, like, the kids are cursed, and the
kids themselves aren't really cursed, but the kids
they're being haunted by their old au pair
by the ghosts.
Well, specifically the old au pair and the second in command businessman, and it's because the businessman was murdered by the ghost that's actually haunting this house. There's a whole nother story there. The businessman was murdered by the ghost that was haunting the house. In her. When he said, like, basically he goes to the au pair because they were in love and they were going to run away and steal a bunch of money and stuff. He's like, "I can save us, so we can be together forever." And she's like, "Gangster." And he's like, "Cool, let me control your body." So he goes into her body, controls her body to drown, And so she's like...
In the lake, on the property.
Like, what the fuck, man? And he's just like, what?
He's like, now we can be together forever.
There's also a thing where ghosts can't stay on our plane for very long. They get thrown back into their memories.
Yeah.
And anybody who dies on the property of Bly Manor is trapped there forever. Their souls are bound there.
Yes.
Now, like in the second to last episode, we learn that the reason why they're bound there is because one of the the original lady of the house, when she got sick and she like so aggressively fought against being sick and basically bound her, like she refused to go to God and bound her soul to the land, so that way when they died, because she doesn't say the things, and then she says I don't want to leave, so she dies, she's trapped there in a bunch of this hope that her daughter is gonna find all these beautiful dresses. So one day, because she had a whole thing about dresses and jewelry and shit.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, her uppity sister, who is a right bitch, broke into the trunk that had all the dresses to steal a dress. This bitch, after waiting years...
Mind you, before this happened, so the lady of the manor was actually murdered by her sister because she was sick with we don't know what. It was the 1700s consumption.
She had...
So then the lady of the manor dies, and she leaves a trunk of her clothes for her daughter, her only child, with her husband in the manor. Her sister, who that is their home, their family.
This is their family home,
Not the husband's family home. It's their family home.
Yeah.
The sister marries the husband after murdering the sick one. So murderer sister marries the husband, the house falls into ruin, and she decides she wants some pretty dresses, so she breaks into the trunk that was meant for the daughter.
No, she specifically wants to sell the dresses to make money to pay for the... she wants the pretty dresses also.
She wanted the pretty dresses.
It comes to the point where, listen, we either sell the dresses or lose the house.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole thing is that, they want to keep the house. So anyway, she breaks into the trunk. She gets murdered, right? So the daughter and the dad say, all right, fuck this place, we're out.
Yeah.
So they throw the trunk into the lake, because that shit's spooky, because it just murdered their...
Yeah, they're obviously everything in this trunk is cursed. We're gonna throw it into the lake.
So they throw it into the lake. They fucking leave. She's trapped there after so much time of being trapped there. She basically forgets everything except for rage and the desire to fucking go to the bed and try to find her daughter. So anytime she goes there, kids and people and anything else in her path get murdered and dragged into the lake. They're trapped there forever.
Yep.
None of that really matters that much, right? Because they're just trapped there.
Except that it matters a lot at the same time.
Yeah, it's reasoning, but that's it. So they do that. What the fuck ever. They end up coming to find out. So we're just gonna go through the list of people that are dead. The au pair's alive. The gardener's alive. The cook is alive. And the kids are alive. Pretty much everybody else is dead.
The uncle dies, but then is brought back to life via CPR. But basically, everyone else dead.
Yeah, which is weird. He can finally see the truth and whatever the fuck. So everybody else is dead. They all decide to go their separate ways. Fuck this house because it's haunted. So they leave.
And then so they
and
the
then
kids,
the gardener and the au pair figures the only way to solve this problem is to accept the ghost into her, because love or something. So she accepts the ghost into her. Her and the gardener leave. They go to America. They come back to England. They live happily ever after, except come to find out that the ghost is still in her a little bit. She ends up vanishing. She's just I can't risk it. Maybe the ghost is going to get you. One time I woke up with my hands almost around your neck. So I'm out. So she bounces. Maybe the lady telling the story was the gardener.
Definitely the lady telling the story was the gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's
she's telling the story at the wedding, and at the wedding you see the old, there's an old man, so there's the bride.
It's the little girl's wedding, and her brother's there, and the old man's there.
And the uncle is there,
and the cook is there. So the cook survives the entire thing. So plot of the movie, real quick, or plot of the TV series, real quick. That's 9 hour-long episodes in fucking 8 minutes.
And it's
so
very
you're welcome.
discombobulated in the way that
it's told in a very cyclical and roundabout way. So pros and cons. Pros, the fucking effects and the scares in this movie were fantastic.
Yeah.
The acting was fucking amazing in this.
The atmosphere
was super atmospheric.
Amazing.
The ghosts were faceless, which was fucking...
Well, not all of them. The older ghosts
the longer you're there, the more you forget what and who you were. So you become this, like, sort of, like, plastic mask, faceless ghost thing. Which is fucking horrifying.
But
like,
you don't find out about that until the very end, and you're like, okay, that
Well,
makes
you don't
sense,
find out the reason why. You see the faceless shit early, and you're like, oh, no, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly... This is all pros, no cons. So, okay, before we get to the best bits. So, pros and cons, all pros, no cons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm going to say.
Also, the costuming was amazing.
Yeah.
Most of this story
period. It takes place in the
80s.
Yeah.
But it's not over-the-top 80s.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not like crimped hair and I've got neon fishnets.
Yeah, it's not,
stuff.
It's British 80s. It's fine.
It's very
I would say
1980s.
the only con I have is... going into the show, it being framed by somebody telling a ghost story, I was like, alright, this is fucking lame. But by the end, you're like, oh shit. Because they explain everything. I mean, like, the kids forget, and that's why she's telling this story.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, maybe this is a real life thing, but we don't remember. It's a whole bloody thing.
But, so, like, the adults remember?
But the adults remember, yeah. So there's really no cons here. So let's get into best bits.
Zero cons, all pros. This was amazing.
Best bits. I think probably my favorite part was the just the ghost, the main haunted lady. Cause when she grabs somebody, it's like a wrestler level grab. She's not like slinking up and grabbing somebody from the shadows. She's like walking and making ghost noises, like very slowly walking. And somebody's just like, you stop! And then all of a sudden she's just like, slam! Right on the neck, and then just drags them down here, and it's just like dragging them like by the throat across the ground. Very slowly, you can't stop it. That was easily the best bit for me, was the main ghost is fucking nightmare.
Well, it's also horrifying.
Yeah, it's super horrifying.
Like
super horrifying. So for you, what's the best bit?
My favorite thing about this was really like not a specific moment, but the overarching way in which they explained the way that the ghosts kind of like live their lives, and you really only find this out towards the end.
Yeah,
and that's
so the whole
like
ghost.
So not so much how they died or how they become, released or whatever.
I almost feel like it's an original ghost idea.
But the way that the ghosts have their like motivation and how they recycle through these memories, and they sort of show up and they do these things, and they're in the motivation, particularly of the main female ghost who walks the house at night, was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. A lot of good
The way
motivation.
that they talked about why the ghosts do what they do and how they do it, in addition to that, was really the best part of this whole movie, and or not movie, of this TV series. And also I felt was very original. We watch a lot of horror movies. I really like ghost stories.
Yeah. This was different.
I'm fascinated with ghost stories from real life as well, and this really hit me in like a core kind of way where I was like, wow, that like changes my entire perception of ghosts.
Yeah, it was certainly an interesting and original idea for how the ghosts would work. Okay, so that out of the way, rating, I'm gonna give this 5 fucking stars. Go watch this.
I cannot give this enough stars.
Yeah, all the stars, go watch this. What the fuck ever. So, that was a quick review. I have been John Norker. This has been Wife. This is Review Jive. We watched The Haunting of Bly Manor. It's on Netflix, which is where we watched it. And yeah, you should go watch this show. It's fantastic. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, tell us what your best bit was, what you thought, if there were cons that you thought of, or if you thought that Haunting of Hill House was better. You let me know why down below.
We also like Haunting of Hill House.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great show also.
Yeah, we want to talk about that one too.
I want to know why. So comment below, and keep an eye out for more horror-based reviews, because that's all we're doing except for Star Trek and wrestling this month. So yeah, we're nerds. What are you gonna do? So yeah, either way, I've already told you, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of stuff, and we will catch you guys next time, huh?